So there are some few things we are supposed to be noting in this paper, that this is Pearson Edexcel. This Pearson Edexcel, and it is basically offered mostly in UK, but right now it's an international curriculum. So for the people who are following Cambridge, we can call this as grade 5. So if you're a grade 5, grade 4, you can really benefit on this paper. It is also a non-calculator paper, so you're not supposed to be using any calculator. This paper should always go for 1 hour, around 1 hour 10 minutes. So there are some quite good instructions here supposed to be followed. Make sure you always follow them, especially this one, to always use a black pen. So this paper is totally out of 60. I'm going to guide you on how to answer all the questions, and also how the marking scheme is done on the paper. So first of all, this paper contains 2 sections. We have section A and we also have section B. So section A is a section that you are provided with some questions. For this class, it is always 20 questions where you're supposed to choose from the multiple choices given. Then section B can always run from question 21 to about question 36, just a range of 30 to 40. And in section B, you are always asked to work out, and you have to show you are working. So in section A, you have to choose. So we are going to be looking at a question and how it's supposed to be offered. So also follow these instructions. If you have your right answer, you mark it. If you have written the wrong answer, maybe earlier you had marked the right answer, then you want to cross it. You have to cross with 1 line. Question 1. What is the name of this they're testing on? Polygons. So this polygon has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can count that way, or you can count the corners, called the vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6. So being that this shape has got 6 sides, we have to call it an hexagon. What about the other choices? The octagon is a shape with 8 sides, while a quadrilateral is any shape that has got 4 sides. Then a pentagon is any shape that has got 5 sides. So maybe for your note and clearance, just write 4 sides is already there, quadrilateral. Then we have pentagon, 5, 6 is an hexagon. What about 7? 7 is a shape, we call it an heptagon. Then we have 8, octagon. For this level, we always stop at 8, but if you proceed to year 7, year 8, year 9, you'll be taught about nonagon, decagon, which are always sometimes tested, and that is how you get that 1 mark. So let us go to question 2. In question 2, you're asked, which word best describes this set of number? So first of all, we have to know, what do they mean by the name odd numbers? Odd numbers, these are numbers that are not divisible by 2. Even numbers, these are numbers that are divisible by 2. So let me just give an example of odd numbers. Any number that ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. These numbers, we refer to them as odd numbers. Then even numbers are numbers that are divisible by 2. Sorry for that. So any number that ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. These are numbers that we call them even numbers. Then square numbers, these are numbers that we find by multiplying the other number by itself. Example, 1 times 1, it is 1. 2 times 2, it is 4. 3 times 3, it is 9. 4 times 4, it is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. All the way. So these ones are the square numbers. What about prime numbers? Prime numbers, these are numbers that have got only one divisor, or numbers that are divisible by 1 and itself. We always have a confusing here for most students. You have to note that the only number that is a prime number and also an even number, it is 2. So 2 is the first prime number, because we have said that prime number are numbers divisible by 1 and itself, so we cannot start with 1. Therefore, we'll say 2, then 3. Remember, no number should be dividing this number. If you say 4, 2 can divide it. So we go next to 5. 6, we have 2, 3 can divide it. So we go next to 7. 8, 2, 4 can divide it. 9, 3 can divide it. 10, 2 and 5 can divide it. 11 is the next prime number. Then it proceeds on to 13, then 17, and so on. So you are asked to check these numbers to satisfy which one here is the name to be given. So we say that these numbers are odd numbers because we can look at 7, 3, 13, 25, 5 ends there, 9, 43. So these numbers satisfy to be odd numbers. Then let us proceed with the next one. Is the range of this weight. What is the meaning of range? The meaning of range is that you are supposed to be taking the bigger number in this list given here, you subtract by the smaller numbers that is in the list. For this case, we have the bigger number is 12, this larger number, then we subtract it from the smaller number, which is 2. So by doing that small calculation, you have the range of this to be 10. So moving on to question 4, you're asked what fraction of this shape are triangles. So you're first asked to count how many triangles are there. So triangles are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to know the names. These ones are triangles because they have 3 sides. These ones are squares because they have 4 sides and they are almost equal. They are equal as you look at. Then the other ones are circle. So you are asked how many triangles are here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I write my fraction, 5 is supposed to be on top. So making the second choice and the last choice to be the only option for this case. Then the one that we write at the denominator down here are the total number of shapes that we can see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here I'm supposed to be having 12, making the second choice B to be the right answer. Then let us proceed now to question number 5. Question number 5, you're told what is the value of 8 in this number. Is kinda, most of the students do confuse the meaning of value. Value, they simply ask for the total value. In some curriculum, they differentiate by total value and place value. So total value, I always tell my students, just look at the position of the number. This is 8. Then the numbers that are in front of it should be replaced by zeros. There are 2 numbers, so I should replace by 2 zeros. So this is 8 replaced by 2 zeros. So the value is supposed to be 800, and makes that one the correct answer. Now we can proceed to the next question, number 6. You're told to work out and solve that equation. To solve this equation, we are going to apply something called the BIDMAS, where we are supposed to start first with the bracket, which is not there, int, which is not there, or we can call it off. Some people call it off. Division, so we have division. So I'm supposed first of all to work out this division. So it will be 12 minus 6 divided by 3. It is 2. It's just like having 6 balls. Then you divide by 3. So you will have 2 groups. Then 12 minus 2, we have 10. You have to follow the BIDMAS. Don't just do it randomly like that. Like you say 12 minus 6, you have 6, then divide, you have 2, that you'll get the wrong answer. Then we have question 7, told to work out 30% off 120. So just write 30% means divide by 100, or over. Off means multiplication, then 120. So just remove the zeros. This 0 cancels, this one cancels here. So I'm left with 3. You multiply by 12. What is that? Here we have 6, then 3. So my answer is 36. So we proceed to question 8. What is 68,481 rounded to the nearest thousands? So what you're supposed to do here is you have to look at which number is at the position of thousands. So we have ones, tens, 100, then thousands. So 8 is in the position of thousands. So I will start by writing first of all what is left at the back of the number. So what is left there? It is 6. So my answer first must have 6. Then you look at 8. The number next to 8, this number here, it is 4. If 4 is less than 5, then we just write that number and replace the rest by zeros. But what if it was something like this? We put 6 here. Then the next number was above 5. You are supposed to add 1 on the other side, so that we have 6, 9. You have 1 plus 8, then the others replaced by 0. But for this case, our equation is not having a number above 5. Therefore, the right answer for question 8 was B. Then now we can proceed to question 9. You are told that here is a sorting table. Which cell would 16 be in? 16. So what is 16? Which cell will 16 be in? So we have to check. The number has either to be multiplied by 3 or not a multiple of 3. How do we know if a number is a multiple of 3? Number is a multiple of 3 if the sum of the two numbers or digits is a multiple of 3. So if I take 1 plus 6, I will get 7. Can 3 divide 7? No. Therefore, 16 is not a multiple of 3. So it is under this category. It has to be, my answers to be under this category. Either C or D. Then we look at 16. Is 16 an odd number or an even number? We have defined this one on top there, where we were looking at question 2, where we are looking on odd numbers and even numbers, square numbers and even. So we say that a number is an odd number if it is not divisible by 2, or if it ends with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. But it's an even number if it ends with 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. So this number ends with 6. So makes it to be under a category of even number. So where is my circle meeting? My circle is meeting at point D. So makes that the right answer for this choice to be D. Then now we can proceed to question 10. In question 10, you are told, what is the area of the triangle? So find area of a triangle. Area of a triangle is equals to a half times the base times the height. And for this case, it is a half times the base, which is 8, and times the height, which is 3. So 2 can divide 8 4 times. Then 4 times 3, this is 12. Therefore, my answer is 12 centimeter squared. Then now we proceed to question 11. You are told that the rule of this number sequence is you have to add 2 to the number, then double it. For example, let us use the number existing here. You have to add 2. It will be 10 plus 2, which is 12. Then double it. Double means times by 2. You'll get 24. And that's how they got this number. Same, if I take 24, I add 2, I'll get 26. 26 times 2, I'll get 52. That's how they're getting the next number. So how did they get this 10? Let us confirm. First of all, the number, we agree that the number that is supposed to be here has to be less than 10. So we only have these 3 options. We do away with D. You can decide to do it using the choices, or you can decide to do it using a formula. So let me use the choices first. We have 3. So if I take 3, I add 2, this is 5. Then 5 times 2, it is 10. So this one was the right answer. What if I never wanted to use this method of the formula? You can say, let me take the number to be x. So x plus 2, then if I double it, I'm supposed to be getting 10. So I have 2x plus 4 is equals to 10. Collect the like terms, 2x. This one will go to this side. So we have 6. Then x is equals to 6 over 2, which is 3. So this is if you want to use the algebraic method to solve it. But this is method of using the options that have been given. All these are essential because this will help you to save time on multiple choices. But this one will help you in section B in case you find that question there under sequence and you are asked to solve it. So you're told, in a shop, a pen costs $1.39 and a pen costs $0.45. How much would it cost to buy 1 pen and 2 pencils? So if I want to buy a pen, I will say, I have a pen. Let me use the easiest way possible. This is my pen. But I have to buy 2 pencils. So this is my first pencil and this is my second pencil. So how much in total will it cost? It means we add. So I have 9 plus 5 plus 5. This is 19. I write 9, I carry 1. 1 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4, 12. I write 2, I carry 1. Then here I have 2. Therefore, the right answer is supposed to be the second choice. This number is a multiple of 3 and 8. How do I know if a number is a multiple of 3? I've talked about this earlier, that add the numbers. So if I add 1 and 1, that is 2. So this is not the answer. 1 and 2, this is 3. So this might be the answer. Might. So 3 and 2 It is 5. 5 is not divisible by 3, so this is not also among the answers. Then we have 48. 4 plus 8, it is 12. And 12, yes, it is a multiple of 3. So we have got two options, option B and option D. So which one is the right answer? Remember, it has to be a multiple of both, not only one. So 8, if I add 8 plus 8, it is 16. Already it has passed 12. Therefore, I'm only left with this choice. So if I continue adding 8 throughout my choice, I will get 48. So that makes it the right answer. And now we can proceed to question number 14. So in question 14, we have got a graph. And on this Cartesian plane, you're asked that which one of these best describes point T? So how do we read points on a Cartesian plane? Points on a Cartesian plane are read by first reading the x-axis. This point at the x-axis, it is 3. Then I look at the y-axis. That's why you can see these things here, x and y. Then read at the y-axis. This is 2. So the point T, it is 3, 2. Be very observant when you're writing, because you'll also find the 2, 3 option, which is very wrong. It has to follow the formation of x and y. So the right answer there is D. I'll move on to question 15. So in question 15, you are asked that on Monday afternoon, don't assume this information on top here. It is always very important. Some students just skip and goes direct to the choices. Then they look here at 1:15 and put answers. Then you end up failing. Then you start crying to the teacher. So always read the instruction that on Monday afternoon, it is afternoon. Since it is afternoon, my answer first must have 12 because it is past noon. Now, Sanjay looks at the time in his classroom clock. Here is what he saw. So, how would the time on the clock be shown in 24 hours of clock system? We have to look at the smaller one. The smaller one is in between 1. If I can just extend it a little bit, it's in between 1 and 2. It means it has passed 1, but I've not reached 2, so it is still on 1. Then the longer one is exactly at 3. Should I add here 3? No, because it's minutes. So from 12 to 1, we count as 5. From 1 to 2, we count as 10. Like that's proceeding 15. So we are just adding 5, 5, 5. So it means that if the longer one is at 3, then it is 15. So I should add here 15. Do the smaller calculation. It's 124 hours of clock system. So it should be 13, 15. The right answer there is supposed to be C, 13, 15, because it's 24 hours of clock system. But if it was in 12 hours of clock system, I will just say 1:15 p.m. Why? Past midday. It has already passed the midday, past midday. So let us proceed to the next expression here. You're told to simplify this expression. To simplify an expression, this is an algebra. So for you to simplify an algebra, first of all, you are supposed to know something called the like terms and the unlike terms. To simplify an algebra. So we will say that the like terms are the letters, not the numbers. They are letters that are the same. So we have F here and we have F here. I tell my students, can you carry it together with this small sign here? We call it the baby. You must never leave an equation with this small baby next to it. It's very illegal. So let us circle them in that order. Some students do ask me, teacher, which sign is here? If the sign is not indicated, just know that it's a positive. So this is positive 3. So let us go and see the way to go about it. We will say 3F. I want the letter, not the number. So the letter is F, so they are terms. So this one and this one are terms. Minus 2F. What do I get? I will get 3F. It's like having 1, 2, 3. Then I subtract 2 of them. I'm left with 1 of it. So I'm left with only F. So you can also write 1F, but it is not mathematically right. Yes, right? F, so that you can sound like a mathematician. Then let us look at the next one. We have positive 2FE plus E. So I have 2 E's and I've added another E. I have now 3E in total. So what will be my answer? It is F and 3E. F and 3E here. Remember we said that if nothing is here, it is positive. That's how we identify expression of algebras. Then now let us proceed to question number 17. We are told here is an equilateral triangle. What's the meaning of equilateral triangle? That all the sides and all the angles are equal. That's the meaning of an equilateral. It comes from the word equal. All the sides and the angles are equal. So how many lines of symmetry does it have? A symmetry line is a line that cuts a shape into equal part. So if I decide to cut it from this point, they will be equal on both sides. Also, I can decide to cut it from this side. They will be equal. Also, I can decide to cut it from this side. They will be equal. So how many lines do I have? I have the first line, the second line, and the third line. So we have 3 lines of symmetry on this image. Question 20. We're told that 120 children each choose a favorite spot. You know this sign here? What is this? Here, 90 degrees. Never forget that. The results are shown in a pie chart below. So students were supposed to choose either to like cricket, swimming, running, hockey, or football. How many children choose cricket? How many children choose cricket? So cricket is how many degrees? 90 degrees. If all of the angle that is here is 360, always know that angles inside a pie chart or angles at a point add up to 360. So 120 children, all of them, they're equal to 360 degrees. But now we only want the 90. What about the 90 degrees? So we have one side here which is blank. So we say you take the 90 divided by 360 because they are the ones that are having the bottom divided by the one up times 120. So this one cancels the 0 and the 0. 9 goes here 1, 9 here 4 times. 4 can divide here 1, yes, and here 3 times. So we have 30 degrees as the angle representing the number of students who chose cricket. So we proceed to question 20. Question 20. There are many ways we can solve this. You are just told to work out. Just to make the bases the same. So what will I do to make these bases the same thing? What will I do here? Let us find the LCM. The LCM of 14 and 7 is 14. So 14 divides 14 one time. 1 times 9, it is 9. Minus 7 divides 14 two times. Twice. So 2 times 4, it is 8. So I have 9 minus 8, it is 1 over 14. Therefore, my right answer there goes as A. Remember, no using calculators here. Then question 20. You're told to work out. How did we say we solve percent? This question has repeated itself. So percent, we say 45 divided by 100 times the number. So this 0 cancels this 0. Which number can divide here? 5 can divide here twice, and 5 can go here 9 times. 2 can divide here 1, and 2 can divide here 8 times. So I'm left with 9 times 8. So 9 times 8, it is 72. These are mathematics you're supposed to be knowing offhand, the fingertips. 9 times 8, that one of the section A, the total for 20 marks. And you can see how easy it was for section A. So we are left with section B, which carries 40 marks. And that is where I need your concentration. So if you are very flexible in mathematics, try to always go and clear up section A as fast as possible. Then now you can start question section B, where you have to focus. Remember, in section B, you have to show you are working very well. So here we have question 21. You are told to work out. Look at the questions we have here. Quite easy, but not as easy as you might think. So always make sure that you are as accurate as possible on the question. You're told to work out this addition. Just arrange them in addition way. Don't assume that it is easy. Do the right working. So that we have here 5 plus 8, that is 15. So we add right 5, we carry 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1, we have 7. Then here we have 5. So my answer is 5, 7, 5. Make sure you write your answer here. It is very important. Or if you don't write it here, just give it a circle there or a double underline. Then we have part B. We are told to subtract, just like the numbers. Then from the end, subtract. So 1 is subtract 0 is 1. Then here you're going to borrow because 7 cannot subtract 8. In other way, it is possible, but with a negative. So we'll say that 4, if I borrow, I will have 17 because I've borrowed 10. So here it will be 3. So 17 minus 8 will be 9. Then here I have 1, 2, 2. The right answer is 2, 2, 191. How do we read this in full? 22,191. Then we go to question 22. You're told to join the equivalent fraction, decimal, and percentage. Yes. The first one has been done for you, so we only have 3 options here. So if I convert this one in a percentage, because all the choices are in percent, let me just maybe convert them to percentage. This one, I'll multiply it by 100. So I have 30%. So if I was to convert this in percent, it will be 30% direct. Same to this one, 1/4 times 100. So 4 here, 1, 4 into 100 is 25. So this is 25%. Then multiply this by 100, or if it can be tiresome for you, just move the 2 zeros, then you have 75%. Easy. That's how it is supposed to be done. So this one is a dormant equation. We have to leave it like that. It's not a must that you match all of them. Then on the next part, you're told that this tally chart shows the favorite colors of the students in Jai's class. We have some colors here. So let us represent. How many are these? These ones are 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one crossing 5. So anytime you see the one crossed, just know there are 5. So this is 5, 10. Right here, 10. The next one, there are 3, so I'll just draw 3 sticks. Same to this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. How would you say? 5 you cross, then 6. This is 1, so I just write 1. And I have completed my table. Then use the information from the tally to complete the pie chart. So we have a pie chart here that has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 sides. 12 sides. And the total here, it is 14. 4 plus 10, it is 14. This gives me 14. 14 if I add 3 gives me 17. 17 if I add 6 to give me 23. And 23 if I add 1 to give me 24. So it is kind of simplifiable. So let us see. For the red, it is 4. So 4 out of 24, and all of them are 12. So 12 will go here. 2 times 2 here will go 2. So in short, they're trying to tell you, just divide everything here by 2, 2, 2, 2. But is that possible? We have to do for all of them. So 4 divided by 24, we have, I'm supposed to be shading 2 of them for the color red. So I'm just going to choose here a different color, which is red. And I have these two of red. Let me increase the width. It's not a must that you use exact colors. You can just use a blue color, and then after using the blue color, you can just decide to use a black color, because you're only having a black pen at this point. Just use the black pen. Then after using a black pen, now you can for all of them, so that I don't mislead you and start looking for colors in the exam room. Quite unfortunate, you will not find. You can see the eye color, very demure. Yeah, good. Then what do I do next? Just have to write that this is red. As red. Say 10 divided by 24 times 12. So 12 here 1, here 2, 5. So we're going to have 5 of them having the color yellow. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. me just use a different pattern so that my work can be presentable. I can see for the red, not red. For the yellow, I'm going to use a different pattern. That is also another way for you to clarify your work. Then I write here yellow. Then for the next one, divided by 24 times 100 times 12. So for that, these are 3. So 3, maybe let me use balls for these 3 shapes here. Balls in that order. Then we say that these are blue. You can see I had skipped green. Green, there are 3. So I just say 3 divided by 12 by 24 times 12. Now this is 1.5, 1.5. So a half of this is somewhere here. So let me just use some shadings so that it has to go all the way to a half. Yeah, so that is blue. Not blue, that's green. Sorry for that. That's green. Then the one that is left here, we can call it now purple. And that is how the pie chart is supposed to be drawn to get the total of 3 marks. Don't worry, the workings, you're allowed to do it there. You can always do the working on the showed formation. Then we have question 24 here, a question on ratios. On ratios, you are told that Lenny has $180. He shared it with his brothers in the ratio 2:3. Lenny got the most money. So if I was to write Lenny and the brother here, 2:1. So Lenny automatically is the one having the most money. So he took the ratio 2. So total ratio here is 3. How much did Lenny get? So Lenny got 2/3 times the number that we have here. The 3 is coming from adding the ratio. 2 and 1 always have the total ratio for if you want to divide ratios. So 3 will divide here 60. So 60 times 2, we have 120. That is how that question is supposed to be sorted. And well done. Let's proceed to the Cartesian plane here. Since that now we have the knowledge of the Cartesian plane, we can now solve it. You're told that point Q has been plotted on this grid. You can see it. And how do you say you read it? Point Q, it is 3. Start with the X. I've not been told to read. I just want us to remind ourselves. It is 3, 4. You read the X and the Y axis. The X and the Y axis. So that you can remember. That's why I'll bring that on board, that you can just remember it. So let us read at the question. I told that translate point Q by 2 squares to the right. To the right. The right is this side. Then we have to go down 2 squares to the right, so it is 1, 2. Then 3 squares down, 1, 2, 3. So it is supposed to be here. The new coordinate is on point 5, 1. You can see a new coordinate is 0.51. 5, 1. That's what you're supposed to write here. 5 and 1. Then we are told on the grid, plot R with the coordinates -2, -5. So the first one, it is x, and the next one is the y-axis. So on the x-axis we have -2 here, and on the other one we have -5 here. So where are they meeting? They are meeting at this point. So this is the point R after doing an X or a star or a dot to represent by labeling it as point R. Then now we can proceed to the next one. The size to work out means you have to show how you have obtained your answers. So what you do, so we have to work out these coordinates of every labeled side. So let us start with A. We said that because this one is a rectangle, you always know the properties of a rectangle. All the angles add up to 360, and all these angles. Then now we can go to B. This is a straight line. Properties of a straight line, angles on a straight line add up to 180. So to find B, we will say 180, we subtract 145. So we borrow here 1 and 7, so that we have 5. And here we have 3. So B is 35 degrees. Then we go to C. Because C is inside a triangle, I think you can see this triangle here. Angles inside a triangle always add up to 180, or the two sides inside a right angle triangle should add up to 90. So we can say 90 minus 55, or another person will say 180 minus 90 minus 55. We'll still get the same answer for that point C. So point C, we will have the answer as 55 degrees. So question 27, you're told to calculate, but you also have to remember to show you are working clearly. So let us see how to show this working. 2301 multiplied by 27. I'm going to start with 7. So 7 multiplied by 1, it is 7. 7 with 0, it is 0. 7 with 3, it is 21. So I write 1, I carry 2. 7 with 2, it is 14. 14 plus 2, it is 16. Then, because I'm starting under this, so this one becomes 0. So we'll say 2 times 1, it is 2. 2 and 0, it is 0. 2 and 3, it is 6. Then 2 and 2, it is 4. Then you add. So we have 7, 2, 1, 12, you carry 1. Then we have here 6. So the right answer is 62, 127. Then we can proceed to question 8. Question 8, we are told to expand, just multiply. 5 times 3, we have 15x. Then 5 times y, we have 5y. So that is how we expand. equations on bracket. Then we can now look at part B. Part B, you are told that the sums, this 6 on this side, so that I have 4x is equals to 22 minus 6. So 4x is equals to 22 minus 6. What is the answer? 16. We divide by 4, divide by 4. So the value of x should be 4. Then find the value of the expression. Where I see a, I put 5. So it will be 3 into 5 minus 4 into 3 plus 7. I've just replaced where I see b, I put 3. Where I see c, I put 7. So we have 15 minus 12 plus 7. So this will be 3 plus 7, which is 10. And that is how that one is supposed to be conducted. So let us proceed on to our next question. Question 29, you're told, reflect this shape. What's the meaning of reflection? We all have mirrors. I will have that assumption that we all have mirrors. So you're just going to reflect this shape with the exact number of boxes that are there. So this here, this point, it is similar. It is at the line of reflection. So we'll just leave it at that point. Then here we have got one box from this point to this point, one box. So I'll just have to bring it here. Here also one box. So I'll bring it this side. Then we are looking at these vertices. 1, 2. So 1, 2 this side. Then we go down from the line 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Here we don't have any vertice. Here we don't have any, we have one verse here. So 1, 2, 1, 2 should be here. Here also we have 2. Then we also have another one at its back here. Then from here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have this point here. So we are going to join them together in this way. Follow it very keenly. You have to use a ruler for this. My graphics does not have a ruler, so I'll just use my bare hand. But you're always advised to use a ruler. You can see that that's how it is supposed to be, a replica of what is shown on the other side. Then find out the volume of a cube. How to find the volume of a cube? Cuboid, it is length times width times height. So it is 6 times 3. So 6 times 4, we know it is 24. And 24 times 3, this one will multiply it of 12. Then we carry 1, 6, 7. So the volume is 72. Our next question, you're told the smallest. So the smallest, you have to look at the position of the 0. This is 0.4 and this is 0.04. So 0.04 is the smallest. So I will start by 0.04, then 0.4. Now we have another 0.44. So then 4.04. Those ones are easy. You're supposed just to clear them as quickly as possible. So write this improper fraction as a mixed fraction. So 3 divided by 14. 3 goes into 14 4 times because of 12. Then we are left with 2. So 3 cannot divide 2. So it is 4 whole number. Then we are left with 2 over 3. Write this mixed fraction as improper fraction. So you take the denominator, you multiply by the whole number, then whole number you add. This is the difference. So 8 times 2, it is 16. 16 plus 5, it is 21. So we say the answer is supposed to be 21 over 8. Then we have question 32. We are almost winding up. Question 32, you are told that Sarah English group, Sarah's English group did a spelling test. Yes, the result. What is the median? Remember, we had discussed a question about mean, mode, and median in section A, where they were testing on the range. In question 3, if you can go back and look at question 3, you will see that where they're asking about the range. So let us look. This one, they're asking us more common parts of statistics. So they're asking handling data on median. So what is median? First of all, always arrange these numbers from the smallest to the largest. So the smallest 8 is 7. So I'll just say it here 7, and I cancel it out. Then we have 9. I'm doing this to replace, so to make sure that I don't leave anything. Then we have 12, 10, then 12, then 13, 13, 13, 13, 13, 13. So the median is the middle number. So from here, we have 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. So this one is left at the middle number. So we have 12 as the middle number. Then next, we're supposed to find the mean. If the median were 2 numbers, you would add them, then you divide by 2. So next, you're told, what is the mean of this result? To find the mean, what is the mean of this result? You're supposed to add them. 7 plus 9 plus 10 plus 12 plus 13 plus 13. All of this you divide by there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. So if you can add quickly, 7 plus 9, that will give me 16. 16 plus 10, it is 26. 26 plus 12, it is 38. 38 plus 13, 51. 64, another 13, 77. So we have 77. So this I'll have my answer as 11. Then I'll proceed to showing out my calculation here, that 18 divided by 3168. 18 goes into 31, but not 3. So 31 divided by 18, it will go here 1 time, because 1 times 18 is 18. If I subtract 31 and 18, I will get 13. So I have to bring down this 6 here, so that I have to check. How do I know? Just add 18 and 18. Easy step. It is the one among the easiest ways students use to know. So if I add here 18, I have 54. Add another 18, this will be 72. Another 18, this will be 90. Another 18, this will give me 108. Another 18, this will give me 126. Another 18 here, this will give me 144. So it has passed this. So it will go here 1, 2, 3. How many 18s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it divide here 8 times. So 136 will divide 18. So if that is supposed to be 7 times, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had repeated here twice. So it's supposed to be 7, so that we reach on 126. So it is 7 times. So 7 times 18, it is 126. But I'm left here by 10. Bring down the 8. You can see the 8 already here. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times, making my right answer to be 176 as the right answer for question 33. Now we proceed to question 24. So 24, you're told, draw and label the diameter of the circle. Diameter is any line that passes from the point of the circumference. So that is the diameter. So you are done with that. How long is the radius of this circle? You are going to measure the distance from here to this point here. Just take your ruler and measure it. You're supposed to be having 3 centimeter. Right here, 3 centimeter. Then question 35. We are left with 2 questions, so that at least we are done. Question 35, we're told that Malinde is 168.4 centimeter tall. Her sister is 0.4 shorter than she is. So you just have to subtract to know the height of the sister. So the sister is 168. Exactly. So you just subtract that directly. If you want to use the long subtraction, just subtract in this order. His brother is 75% of Melina's height. So they ask how tall is my little sister. So we already defined that. So the sister is okay. I can see something here that we're almost missing out. We had not seen the unit of conversion. That is very crucial. It would have been very direct. So the unit of conversion here was meters. So you're supposed to convert these meters to centimeter, because even the units here are in centimeter. That's how I realized. So you're going to convert this meter to centimeter by multiplying by 100. So this is 40. So you're supposed to subtract 40 from this. So the sister is 128.4 centimeter. How tall is Merida's brother? Merida's brother is 75%. So 75 over 100 times. I can write this in that order. So that it can be easier for us to multiply. So we can divide by 5 first of all. 25 into 100. 25 will go here 3. 25 will go here 4 times. Then we also have 4 dividing this number. 4 can divide here 421 times. So we have 421 times 3 divided by 10. This will give me, this is 3. 6, 12 divided by 10. So the brother is 126.3 centimeter. Then now we can move to the last question here. You are asked that Sadio needs to buy 1 pineapple. So 1 pineapple. 1 pineapple, it is 3.25. 6 strawberries. So just let me multiply here by 6 quickly, or we can just write it in an easier way, the way we did the first question. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or we can multiply the 45 of 100 times 6. It's also another way. 45 times 6, this will give me here 0. I carry 27 divided by 0. So we have 3.25. Then we add 2.7. So this is for the strawberries. And 3 oranges. So we can add 3 oranges. 1.69, 1.69, 1.69. Or 1.69 times 3, which should be giving me 5.07. So if we add, here we have 7 plus 5, which is 12. 2 you carry 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, 0 you carry 1. 5, 11. So this is the total amount that is going to use to buy, Sadish is going to use to buy the fruits. So you get asked, he has $11. Does he have enough money to buy the fruits? So because it will not be enough, it's less with 0.2 dollars. You can see 2 pounds less. So you just say no, but you also have to write no, because it costs 11.02. Or you can say no, she needs 0.02 more, or no, she is 0.02 less. Just any way that you can bring your answer. You can say 0.02 expensive, and by doing that you would have completed the assignment of how to answer the all questions to receive the 40 marks for section B, a total of 60 marks. So this is how generally this question was supposed to be done. Don't worry, the other pages are blank pages. From page 22, 23, and 24, there are blank pages. And that is how this paper generally was supposed to be done. And you have seen how much time it has taken us to solve this paper. It was a very good paper. If you have any question, write it down on the comment section. See you. If you have any question, you can write it down on the comment section so that we can discuss it on our next presentation. For the meantime, I would like to thank you for having a good time as we are discussing this paper. Thank you very much and have a great day. And if you can see, the paper is exactly 1 hour, and I have just used 1 hour 10 minutes cutting down used to explain some instruction. It means that that timing was very much fair, and it was the right timing for this paper. Thank you very much and have